welcome back to my channel. I'm not brunette, my roots are just awful. I'm doing a Too Faced tutorial, and it's going to be using all the stuff I got at Christmas, which was, I think, like a special edition thing, I don't know. But I have never got around to using it, and my whole point was that I really wanted to do a video using and trying it all for the first time. So I've got the Pretty Rich palette, which I have not touched yet and I'm so excited to try. I've got two of the highlighters, and I'll probably just be using one of the shades, but these are the Diamond Light highlighters in Canary Diamond and Fancy Pink Diamond. And then I've got the Jordan Woods Rich and Dazzling High Shine Sparkling Lip Gloss, and the final thing I got, which was just because it was pretty, the Diamond Light highlighter brush to use with the highlighters. So this start, I've sort of gone ahead and done my skin just to speed this up a bit, because I just really want to try and focus on the eyeshadow palette and sort of go from there. So I've done all cream products. I've used my L'Oreal Lumi Magique foundation, my Milk makeup sticks. I used my Fenty concealer, Fenty primer, and then I mixed a bit of my Kiko sort of like, what would creamy highlighter stick, and my Sleek highlighting, the light cream one in this, I need to get rid of that, I'm sorry, the cream one in this palette, so this one here. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I'll zoom you in and then we can sort of pick what shade range to do. Actually, let's look at the palette first. What am I on about? Cool, so this is how the palette comes. You get a look on the back of what all the shades are. A captivating 16 ultra luxe shades, vivid glitters, creamy mattes and opulent shimmers and precious pearls can be layered in infinite ways to mimic the multi-faced beauty of real diamonds. Stunning. So this is what it looks like. Oh, gorgeous. I love their packaging. It's just like sells it for me 100%, which will probably be the case when I go and use them. And then this is what they look like inside. So all pretty, quite normal, like quite an easy palette I would say to use. You've got your sort of like neutral tones, pinks, bronzier, and then sort of like what could be smoky eye with some navy blue in. So all these like hexagon, I don't know, diamond shaped ones are the like pop colours, they say are like glitters, and then the rest are obviously the mix of the shimmers and the creamy mattes. So I mean, I kind of want to go for a pink look is what I'm thinking, just because it's not something I do often, and you know, the brown gold one would look gorgeous. Those shades are really pretty, and I'd love to do a darker look, but it's not really what I want to go for today. I want to do something a bit lighter and glowy, I guess, as per. So yeah, I will zoom you in now and we can start. You should go in to begin with and use the Clutch Your Pearls and just do that as a wash completely over the eye. Now I have got on a primer, which is the Fenty primer, so I'm just going to buff that back out because I was thinking about powdering it, but I thought I would be a touch quicker getting into this. So let's just go straight in with that Clutch Your Pearls shade. Now as soon as I've sort of hit the pen, there is quite a bit of fallout coming around, but nothing like too crazy that I wouldn't expect. Oh my gosh, that is so gorgeous. That really reminds me of that shade in the, that's unreal, wow, Stacey Marie, is it like pink something? It looks white but it comes out pink. That's so pretty. I love that already. Now I think I'm just going to wash that over and more keep it intense. Sorry, so I took that as a wash over. I wish, can you see it? Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. That is stunning. What a start, guys, what a start. But all of these pink shades here are shimmers, so I might go in with Fancy That on the top level. Actually, you know what, let's go for something a bit lighter. It's Cashmere, which is just below as sort of like a neutral shade to buff into my crease. I don't want too much, but I just would like something to sort of be a transition shade. Now that's looking like it will go quite nicely with the pinks. I can't get over that first shade, is stunning. Looks so pretty. Let's go in and swatch the pink shades, and then we can sort of get an idea for what look we want to do. Okay. So this is what the three first ones, so Princess Cut, Diamond Glitterati and Highly Selective. So let's go in with Highly Selective on the outer corners just to add a bit of depth, and then we'll just use the rest accordingly. So I'm just going to buff that on to the outer corner. Now that shade is nice, but it's actually not really going on that easily. I don't know if it's me. It's quite, like, it doesn't feel gritty at all, but it sort of gives quite a gritty look to the eyeshadow. Now I'm going to bring it up a bit higher. There, it's just not really transferring that great on my eye. So that's like one wash of it over. It's coming off a bit better than the first eye, but I just expected it to be a bit more creamy, I guess. I know it says creamy mattes, but I would want them all to be a bit creamy. So that's looking quite nice there. I'm just gonna give it a front on look and adjust. Really want to try and get that down into, I'm gonna try and wing this out a bit, if there's anything left on it. Okay, so that's looking now really crazy, but we can just grab our brush and buff that out so there's no harsh edges, although it's looking manic right now. That's fine. Although these are on the same row, they actually don't go together that well as I had hoped. They look good together, but let's get that Princess Cut shade in between and see if that makes a difference. Now these are so, like, this one is gorgeous, but it's like just the size of the glitter in it is quite large, and it's like that first one was a cool shade, then this Princess Cut one is like a lot more gold and warmer than the others. It fits the end one 100%, it goes really well, but I don't know if I'm like actually think this looks cool or just kind of silly. Let's get a big buffing brush that we used at the beginning, that Jeffree Star one, and just take a tiny bit of oh sorry, there's like glitter everywhere. Tiny bit of that It's Cashmere, which we used at the beginning, just to put down as a transition shade. Let's take our JS6 and go underneath the eye with Highly Selective, which was that darkest shade out of the pinks. I really wanted to do like a pink rosy gold look, and this does look nice, but it just doesn't, the colours in the row actually don't go together. For what looked like a white shade, actually then is really cool and still looks white there. But it does come out pink, like on the inner corners of my eyes, which is awesome. I really like it, but I don't think it goes very well, particularly with the other shades in the row. I know that's not the point. You use them all together and create a nice look, but a lot of the time, sometimes I view it as that's an easy look, like if you were gonna grab it and you were in a rush and you were like, oh god, just a simple palette. So this look, so I got this tiny booklet with my palette. Oh yeah, there it is. Apply Princess Cut from Lash to Bone. Now this look, because this breaks down all the looks for you. So Princess Cut, yeah, that's the colour I use, so that is included in the pink look. Blend highly selective on the lid, yes. Use your finger to press Diamond Glitterati in the lid and in the, yeah, so that's pretty much what I did, but it just does not look like that picture, if you can see. That's quite a dark pink look. This to me is definitely dark, but it's more rose goldy. But let's go ahead and try some of this like gel glitter and put it on the eye. Okay, so that went on really easy and is so effective. Like, it looks super glam. It's a bit messy on this inner corner, but that's fine. We can like buff that out a bit. The only thing is, this palette is, oh, that's really actually tied the look together to make it look a lot more pink. But the only thing I would say is this palette is quite messy, so I was just trying to make the video a bit quicker by doing my makeup, like the majority of my skin makeup first, and I didn't really want to bake underneath my eyes, but that might have actually been a better idea considering the mess that is now on my skin. So I really like that. Okay, so that's what the glitter, they're like gel glitters, but I've really read mixed reviews on the, well, the like consistency of them actually on Ulta after I bought it, which is fine, but it did make me worry that maybe they weren't going to be as good as I thought. But I'll just use this buff just to buff it away. I mean, it's not particularly even, the eyeshadow, but I think that's just the like lumps of glitter that is in everything. But I'm not angry. I really actually quite, now I've used that like glitter shade, they actually look quite pretty. So let's move on to the other products. So I will unpackage the highlighting brush, which is what I'm really excited to use, and then we can see how it performs. So it just comes like so in this packaging, and it is so cute, and it's like just a clear Perspex brush bar and like a super dense, actually, you know what, it kind of reminds me, which looks trashed, but my Jeffree Star JS3 brush, very similar. So they say this is for contouring, which isn't what I use it for. Do I use it for liquid highlight or doing my concealer? But this is a very similar size, and they're using this for highlighting. So to keep in with the pink theme, we're going to go in with Fancy Pink Diamond as our shade. This is what the packaging looks like, so pretty, just like the other stuff, which I love. And then I'm just taking that, buffing that on to the brush, and then I'm just going to do the exact same thing and buff it onto my skin. Now that looks really nice. I just find these highlighters look good, but I don't necessarily think they're like the most blinding highlights. To me they seem a bit more like talky is the only way I can describe it. Not that I don't love them, but I don't know, they're not that like, maybe if I used a bit of spray, but they're not that like in your face like huge highlight. They're more of like a lit from within glow, but without the like super shimmeriness of that sort of look. But I like them. I like the packaging more, honestly, but yeah, considering I had highlighter underneath my cheekbones, it obviously is sat on there really nicely and looks really good. This brush is so cute, but like where I've had to layer it up a bit more on my upper lip, and I guess I'll put some more on my nose just to make it all tie together a bit better. Okay, so I've been and done my mascara off camera. I put stuff in front of me and it literally disappears. Lash Paradise by L'Oreal, which was amazing, and I'm pretty sure this is the waterproof one. That's why I've managed to get such a lift. And then I used just a bar of soap to do my brows, and I just packed on a lot more than I have in the past, and it's really lifted them and given them my dream brows. So that's good and a new thing I've tried. Now, to finish off this look, other than changing my hair, I'm gonna use the Jordan Woods Rich Dazzling High Shine Sparkling Lip Gloss. So this was a collaboration they did. This is Social Butterfly. I don't care if any of these products suck, because I really wanted to keep them, although I've used them now, to collect them because I like the way they look. Almost like if you could display them, but I haven't actually ever used this. But yeah, so this is Social Butterfly, and it looked great. Smells unreal. A lot in my head like the, okay, it's a lot, I'd say orangier than I assumed, but it looked quite similar in my head from seeing her wear it on her stories to Rihanna's Fenty Glow. So maybe not the right shade for my skin tone. It looks nice. It looks like a really pretty gloss and it smells amazing, but I'm not too keen on the shade. I think it looks a bit like lipsticky and like a more older shade than what I would go for, but as a lip gloss it's gorgeous, really nourishing, it smells amazing, and the packaging is gorgeous. So let me change my hair, get rid of these mascara bits, and we can come back for a sort of final thoughts part of the video. Okay, so you know, didn't try too hard, just put it up in a bun, but my final sort of thoughts of the palette, all of it as a whole I absolutely adore, and I think the packaging is so beautiful, and that's pretty much what drew me to it. But for the shades I used, I really do like them, but I'm not mad. I think the glitter, the real thick glitter shades are super impressive, and now it's all sort of blended itself together, and like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like when it warms to the skin it looks really gorgeous, and I actually really like it as an eye look, much better than when I was physically doing it, although I've got loads of mascara on my eye. This looks really nice, but at first impressions I was sort of a bit disappointed. I thought it would be a lot more, because it looks so good, I thought it would sort of live up to how it looked, if you know what I mean, like performance wise. It would go on a lot more impressive. And I think that's probably purely because the colour sort of group I went for, the pinks, you don't actually get a matte shade within that. So I assumed it would be like one glitter, one shimmer shade and a matte, and like maybe another one. But for the pinks you do just get all glitter. So obviously the palette is there to be used, but in like a quick, I'm just going to do one look from this, I sort of wanted to stick with just using a row. So really like it, and I definitely will go back to it because I think mixing all these shades would be gorgeous. I really want to try like a navy blue smoky eye, and that Clutch Your Pearls colour is unreal. Even if you just use that on your inner corners or all over your eye, it gives such a nice look. So really love the look of the palette. Performance wise, at the time for my first impressions I wasn't blown away, but now it's all sort of sat on my skin. I really like the look of it. Not what I would do all the time because I don't really ever do eyes, but it's a nice palette and I do want to just keep it because obviously I'm not going to send it back, but I mean, like, I'm just glad I got it anyway because it's so pretty. Highlighter. Now, I have used the other shade, which is the Canary Diamond, but this time I used the Fancy Pink Diamond alongside the highlighter brush. I do like this, and I had strobe cream and 2 liquid highlights underneath, so I mean, it didn't really have to do much, but I don't feel like it actually did do much. It's very, like, to me just there, it comes off nice on your hand and it does have a nice shimmer to it, but when it goes on the skin, I just find it doesn't, like when I test it on my hand there and like when I did in the shop, I was like, oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous, it looks so pretty, but, and to be fair, I haven't powdered, so I can't really give the excuse that maybe it didn't have enough to clutch to, but it definitely glows, but it doesn't sort of shimmer, if you know what I mean. It's a bit more, like, it looks nice and glowy and like a highlighter on my hand, but on my skin I felt it looked a tiny bit talky is the only way I can think of describing it. And then the lip gloss, which was the final one, is stunning. I really like it. I just don't love it for me, but I'm definitely probably just keep it or either put it in my kit. I mean, like, keep it up with me or put stuff in my kit, not send it back. So yeah, I'm really pleasantly surprised with the final look. I think it looks nice. Maybe it's just because I'm not used to doing eyes all the time, but yeah, I mean, I did expect a bit more, if I'm honest, from the eyeshadow palette for sure. I had read loads of mixed reviews on Ulta before I bought it. People saying that, like, the shimmer shade, the like glitter, the like thick glitter jelly one, wasn't very good, but I actually thought that was the most like the one that gave the wow factor to my eyes. And they do look really nice now all together, but I think as well it helped to sort of follow what the guide said in terms of how to like tie the look together, because I think without that pink glitter it did look a bit questionable, whereas now it all sort of flows and looks quite pretty. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like and subscribe for more videos, and I will see you in the next one.